Alright, welcome back everyone. This is Shadow Jake. Alright, I actually had a chance to kind of do a lot of offline stuff to kind of get that working, so I actually got a working script for that now, which we are going to go over there and do. You know what I forgot to make? I forgot to make the refrigerator for my potatoes. So let's do that too while I'm at it. Now, what I did, and we're just going to import it in, well, more like export it. Alright, there we go. There we go. So according to the script, it's going to take 58 minutes and... Why didn't that go down? That should have gone down. I may have something wrong that I need to... Why did it not go down? It should have gone down. Okay, hold on. I can probably make it go down faster. So yeah, okay, it went down. That's 49. 58.27. Okay, so one that goes to 0, that should be 57. Come on, you can do it. 58, 16, 14. So I got as far as displaying this. Logic-wise, it should line up, but I didn't misread that, did I? That it went from 59 down. Was it 59? What? Okay, something is not right there. It should be 57. Alright, let's look at what's happening here. This is a mess, so hold on. Let me make sure I didn't mess it up. So 0, 8, 2, 8, 2 times 8, 16, 3 times 8 is 24, 4 times 8 is 32, 5 times 8 is 40. So yeah, that seems to work right. So then why did it do that? Is this some kind of rounding issue? So I'm displaying the minutes counter, so that should be that. So 57. So that's so weird. Hold on. If I turn this off, that's less. Yeah, that goes up to 60. That's 60. So why did it go down to 56? That should be 57. So if that goes down again, will that stay at 56 or will it actually become 55? I'm completely confused as to what is going on with that there. I must have got that insert field wrong. Okay, come on. Come on. Go down to 55. Go down to 55. 0. Okay. It is not going down to 55. So something is indeed wrong with the way I did the math. Ah. Okay, so this is going to be kind of a weird stuff because it's the way that it goes. So I did the seconds data, and that seems to go right how I expect it to. Maybe I need a debug console. So got a floor 0, 16, 8, 8, 0, 40, 32, and 24. So 16, 24, 32, 40. This is the last one, so it's the... Let's see what this is. SDB setting R5. I want to see what that one is. Hold on. It's not going to do that when I had this overriding that. This is basically what you got to do for troubleshooting. Is it because I didn't floor it? Yeah, that's why. It's because I didn't floor it. Okay. Okay. And then I just need to do floor R5, R5. That might fix it. Let's see what that does. 56. Because it could be rounding issues is probably what it's doing. So it's like, it crosses down, it rounds up. Hmm. Fridge. Fridge, large, I need more steel. Okay. Alright. Okay, yeah, it went down. 55, 36, 52. Oh, right, because because that's running. It's, it's making more power. 60. That is actually a very good display right there. It actually is very dynamic, which is perfect. Okay, so that's what it was. I wasn't rounding, but it says it's 57 minutes now. It's gonna start going up soon because the sun's coming up. Something is wrong with that. All right, what am I doing wrong with this? It's supposed to be fairly simple. So to get the third digit, I divide by 100 because if I'm moving my minutes to my minutes counter, and my minutes counter is in this case 56. So I'm dividing by 100 so that it brings, where am I? I'll have to double check it and fix it. I thought I had it apparently. It's with the bit shifting that's the problem. So I divide minutes by 100. So when I do that, I bring down the spaces three. So that means it's going to be 0.56. Well, then I floor it. Largest integer less than a. So if I floor it, that means that's going to be a 0. Well, I subtract from R6, R5. Well, 0.56 minus 0, it's going to be 0.56. Then I do go to the lookup table. And the lookup table is I add and put it in my decimal code, whatever R5 is, plus 48. 48 is actually the ASCII value for 0. Sure. Adds ASCII 0, aka 48, to R5. Because, whatever that is, I got to add it. So 0 plus 48 will be 48. So then that's why I get a 0 for my decimal code. And then right after that, on the third digit, I put my decimal code in, which is 0. Awesome. Now, I got 0.56. I multiplied that by 10, so that should be 5.6. And I floor it, which should be 5. So when I floor 5, well, then I do the same thing. I do, 5.6 minus 5. That should be 0.6. So what that allows me to do is I still preserve the last digits. And then I do the same thing. 5 plus 48, that's the ASCII code for 5. And then I just write it in the string data. It's 8 bits, decimal code. And then I multiply R6 by 10 to get 6. So something in here is not quite adding up, right? For the minutes. It's just confusing to me. And I do the lookup, 24, 8. That's gonna drive me crazy. But why is it doing that? Because it was 57, it should have been 57. Doesn't make any sense to me. Alright, now that I'm getting power, this is gonna start counting up. So now I'm gonna have the reverse issue. So when that goes past
Waste tank caution.
Oh, come on, waste tank. Okay. For now. So it's 50. Oh, it says it's 59. It should go up. So will that just go to 60? Yeah, it goes to 60. So I have an issue with the odd numbers. Why do I have an issue with the odd numbers? Ugh. Sometimes Stationeers does not make much sense, and so I gotta go back and fix that. So let's get my fridge in here because, you know, if I'm gonna eat, I'm gonna need to eat inside. I really hope the fridge does not have a. I really hope the fridge is not a. Oh, great. Why is the cabling on? Yeah, there it is. Why is this in here? That's a weird place to have a. That's not gonna create sparks, right? All right. So as much as I would like to keep troubleshooting that to get it to work correctly, I really don't want to keep messing with that more. I don't understand. It should be giving the right digits, which means that I'm not doing something right down there. Am I? Have you all seated yet? Yes. Okay. I am going to put these into the oven, and I'm just going to make me some potato. Let's just make 2 of them. Oh, I cannot believe I cut that so close with the food. Alright, let's take this inside and start eating my potatoes. Which kind of puts me at a weird point right now. So, I have a greenhouse that can grow food. I have potatoes, which is great. Five hours versus 1 day. Yep. Alright, now my food quality is lower. Okay, so I have food, I have water. Now it's just a matter of time to keep expanding and filling out my base. But I don't want to just keep doing that. That should be higher than that now. Why are you at 49? Oh, because the grow lights are on, so it's technically lower. But if I do something like this, where there's, yeah, it jumps up. 182 is, no, that's not right. Why is the ones digit wrong? There. Okay. Why is the ones digit wrong for the minutes? That's what I don't get. It seems to work right. That's just gonna bother me so much now. All right. No storm inbound. Here I was so glad to have a thing that I thought was working, and then it's just not. It doesn't. It's 50 now, so that's good. But then when it's like 6, is it 57? Okay, so let's see what it is. Uh, so right here, this digit for some reason, SDB setting R5, that should be 57. Unless the decimal code is not coming out correctly. 57. So that means it should be a 7. That means the number should be a 55. Oh, it's coming out as a 6. Why, though? Why is it coming out as a 6? The minutes data is 7. Yeah, the minutes data is a 7. So where am I losing it? Hmm. This is kind of the annoyances of troubleshooting a piece of logic that's not working right. It's you gotta. So it's 0.8 here. 0.699999999. Oh, okay. So I guess what's happening is I am losing some bits. How am I losing some bits though? It should be a. That's the only explanation. I've got to be dropping some bits somewhere. So where am I dropping them at? So when I do this right here, divide by 100, is maybe it's just not perfect 100. The reason I divide by 100 is because this, I'm in the tens place. So I have to divide by 100 to get rid of some, to move things down decimally. But I guess when I do that, I lose I lose something of it. The problem with that though is I wonder if it's just a iterative thing where because I move digits down, I floor it with R5 and then I subtract and I basically leave some kind of decimal. I think this is probably the problem here. So like S, dB setting R6 right here. So that should be 57, but it's probably where I lose some stuff. Yeah, see that's .57. Yeah, .58. S, dB setting, mins. I guess is it really going to bother me that it's not that accurate? Kind of going to bother me. Ugh. Why? Why? See, it would be so much better if I could actually insert a register into the string, because if I could insert the register into the string, then I wouldn't be having to do this whole bit shifting, crazy array ridiculousness that this is. Unless I'm having some kind of small issue with the way I'm inserting these codes here. But I don't seem to be. Like, I'm not seeing the number go wrong. It's just the even and the odd numbers. But I wonder if that's just the fact that that I am just dividing by 100. The only reason the minutes is this annoying is because I try to consider 3 digits. Uh Let me try something. Let's change this to SLT so that it actually chooses 999. I wonder what that comes out as. Okay, it does come out at 999. So why is it not? Hmm. I mean 58. I'm gonna spend all of this video trying to fit. No, okay, I have got to ignore that. I have got to ignore that. Okay, so let's get to what I'm supposed to be doing, and that is, I got a timer. It kind of works. It'll work for now. Even though it's gonna bug me that I am for some reason losing a literal minute. Like, but that's the whole point. It's there to help me visualize. Look, I'm running low on power. Now the next major things I have to do. Um, I literally have no cooling system set up other than these passive cooling that I have to tear down to do anything with. My waste tank is constantly burning itself dead. I technically have unbuilt buildings, and so really I think what I need to do is start prepping for a gas fuel generator. Um, or I can go back to the whole deep miner thing over there, try to set up a deep miner system so that I can wow, look at all the holes I put all over this place. A deep miner system so that I can uh probably start making solid fuel ingots. It just bugs me. It just bugs me. That should say 59. It doesn't. Why am I losing some fidelity on it? It's like, look, now it says 60. Come on. Okay. Leave it alone, Juan. Leave it alone, Drake. Leave it alone. All right. So let's get to where I'm supposed to be. Um, as far as things go, so you're 60. When you go down to 59, are you gonna go down to 59? I need to prepare for a gas fuel generator. The thing is, I haven't really built a gas fuel generator on Mars, so I'm actually not entirely fully confident, fully sure of exactly how much use it's gonna have. And what I mean by that is, I'm not entirely sure whether the nighttime atmosphere is enough for it, and that's gonna be something that I have to work with. So what I need to do, I think I really do need to get this 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60. I'll basically save 100 power if I swap all of this into a IC10 solar tracker. It's just like 10 watts of power. I mean, the fact that I have roughly an hour of power, that's good. That's a good sign, and I'm expecting a storm soon. All right, so let's get to the GFG. So I have a plan for this, but I need to test it. I do want to have it be capable of reading how much power is being generated versus how much power is being fed in. I want to be able to balance these two numbers so that if for some reason the power generation is less than the power consumed, then the GFG will come on and basically fix that missing power, which will keep me stable. But I do also want to be able to read the batteries so that this only ever happens if the ratio is less than let's just say about 50%. So basically right here is a good point for it to actually turn on. Do I have steel frames? No, I do not. Do I not have steel frames? I'm pretty sure I made many of them. Apparently not. Okay, so let's get some frames and sheets. So let's do an IC10. Do I even have any materials for that? I'm gonna need two of those. So IC10, I'm gonna need two. Hmm. Wow, that's how my power is dropping so quickly when I run my printers. I kind of knew that, but it's different to see it. So I'm gonna go ahead and have to set my solar tracker so that it can use the chip, so I don't have to use all of these chips. It's kind of sad. I kind of like that a little bit, but it's not as good. All right, so let's see things here. What I was thinking for the GFG. Um, Now it's going to be a combination GFG and Sterling. So what I was thinking, power out. It does not help that I did not build anything. Hold on. Where's the steel sheets? Hello, cats. So the goal is maybe a three by two. 3x2 little house area. Or maybe 2x3. Ah, I need a Sterling and I need a GFG. Okay, let's just, you know what? Let's just build those. Gas fuel generator. Well, the good news is if I use up power, then I will be able to actually not worry about the fact that my wind will undercharge. So I actually can't believe that it took about this long. So if we really look at how much I've been powering, adding a lot of this extra stuff definitely is taking up power, but I am just now actually at the point where I need to do something other than solar. I kind of like how this is going, to be honest. I gotta do a lot of tests with the GFG, so uh because the IC10 is going to be a part of because the IC10 is going to be a part of the what are you doing, cat? He's playing with something down there. Because I'm gonna need two IC10s. One for the GFG itself.
Waste tank caution.
Really? Man, that's just annoying how quickly that can fill up just because you weren't paying attention. Alright, so the GFG. So what I am thinking is if you are right here, I need a Sterling because I'm thinking I want to have one Sterling in there with a GFG. I need some steel. I'm running out of steel. I'm always going to be running out of steel. Yeah, seeing that get low is actually kind of scary. It's probably a good thing that I'm going to be working on that now. I might actually have to. Oh! I left that on. I left this on. That's going to drain more power. All right, so I need this here so that I can kind of tell what's going on. How my everything. Oh, that's a pain in the butt right there. Okay, fine. But I can do this like that. And I need some steel sheets. Yep, steel sheets. But I'm running low on steel. Wow, I can't believe how quickly I run out of stuff. I gotta do a huge mining trip again. Am I seriously almost out of Electrum? Did I just burn through all my Electrum again? I think I did. Oh, wow, that is crazy. Okay. And I need some electronic parts. I forgot that the Sterling is electronic parts as well. I need some copper. I think that was the last of my copper, to be honest. Yep, that seems to be like the last of my copper. Ugh. Alright, no matter what, I gotta do a big mining trip. Okay. Yeah, because I need some electronic parts. So I think what I am going to do for the Sterling and the GFG. So this is very simply going to be power outs. I mean, this is going to be very simple right here. You know, power outs. I got to make some more cables and then just have this go feed into, you know, this power line right here. I'm going to need to put a door right there that I can go in and out. And then I just got to get this squared away. Just needs an atmosphere of 20 kPa. That's fine. Next day, no storm. Okay. This is at least giving me a good heads up for just how much power I'm going through. Okay. So let's see. What do I got in my mining backpack? I got some silver. Don't have any oxides. I got a lot of volatiles. There's some oxides right there. I need a Mark II gas tank. So I need another Mark II gas tank. I have no copper. No. Yeah. I have like no copper. I need gold. I need yes. I need yeah. I do need yes. I need steel. All of that fun stuff. So I got plenty of coal here. Okay. No new storm incoming. Okay, so this is going to be a mining trip. I just gotta go out and get a lot of stuff. So let's go eat and drink. How are you? Not quite yet seated. That's fine. That's fine. Let's eat and drink and shower. And then let's actually take a good mining trip this time. Alright, so you need to charge. You need to charge. Suit that got damaged. Alright, so let's drink. Shower, that way I don't have to worry about that. I'll eventually work on that. Wait, I have a potato that's less eaten. Alright, so now that we got this tracker going, uh, let's shut you down so that I save on a little bit of power. Make sure all my batteries are really well charged. Alright, so I need to get a lot of steel. And I need to get a lot of probably silicon stuff. Okay, no storm, generating power. Why am I burning through so much there? It's because these printers are on. Printers that are on use up quite a lot of power. There you go. Now we're charging. Okay. Let's go over that mountain. So I need gold to make some electrum. I need more gold and copper. I always need gold and copper. Then I need a decent chunk of iron to make steel. I don't think I need more iron. I could probably get me some more iron. So I have 2 mining backpacks. I need some oxides. It's strange that I actually am gonna need some oxides. So what's my plan for the GFG? I bet you're wondering. So for the GFG, I need to make the what I need to do with the GFG is that I need to do a lot of things with the GFG. I believe I got a simple method for how to actually keep the temperatures controlled. What I was thinking of doing is just using a single powered vent, large powered vent, and seeing if that can take in enough Martian atmosphere for being capable of. Oh, good. I need some oxide too. See if a single large power vent is enough to offset the heat generation from one GFG and Stirling. I do need to set up the Stirling and the GFG in such a way that they can essentially they build power off of each other. As the GFG runs, the Stirling will run, and therefore it will generate power. That's the goal. Have the Stirling and the GFG running at the same time. You know what? I'm just gonna make a big batch of steel from all of this coal that I have. I'll just grab a little bit more coal. Grab some silicon anyways. This is basically going to be a big mining trip so that I can smelt a lot of stuff so that I can actually make stuff. Let's see. Why did I do that? That's Waspaloy stuff right there, right? Or is that Hastalloy? Silver, nickel, cobalt. Yeah, that's Hastalloy. No, that's Waspaloy stuff. Okay. It's nothing. So the intent is, as the GFG runs, it will pressurize the pipe for the Stirling, and then that in turn will tell it to essentially make some more power. Now, I do need an IC10 to control the pressure inside that so that it doesn't get above 150, because I'm just going to use, I think I'm going to use padded walling. Padded walling has a slightly stronger pressure differential, so I think that'll work better. Because I can use Windows so that I can see what's going on in there. Using quite a bit of Windows display through. 50, 50, just some more copper. I'm gonna need this iron as well. Gonna need it for piping and stuff. Got plenty of volatiles at the moment. Okay, so I think that's enough iron. Yeah, that's enough iron. Now I need gold because I need to make some electrum again. Let's make a huge batch of electrum. Huge batch of electrum. Need quite a bit of oxide because I need to make a portable type tank. That should be enough actually. Okay. Need some silicon. Oh, I need some gold. I need to fill 2 things of gold, so let's go find the gold. Found the gold. But yeah, that's the goal. And then what I would like to do is have like a pressure regulator controlled by a PID, you know, similar to the PID tutorial that I posted. So that way the GFG can be controlled by that PID so that it can then be used to keep my power stable. And once I have power stable, then that's when that's the point that I should work on the atmospherics. All right, so there. I got electrum, I got steel right here, got iron, got some copper, got some silicon. Now let's just get a little bit of gold because I'm going to need that to make stuff. Because the singular grow light and the things that I have active in the greenhouse is actually cutting into my power. And you know, it's surprising, but I'm finally at the point that 2.2 kilowatts of power from the solar panels is just not enough. And it took quite a while to get to that point, which is actually pretty nice. And this is considering that this was after the update where they uncapped the solar panels, so I'm actually getting a tiny bit more. So I'm actually in a more of a dire need for power. Don't want to break my suit. I did not bring anything. I want to say it's this way. Oh, wow. What's wrong? So this is the butcher's flag, gold and silver. Yeah, okay, yeah. So basically, once I get that deep miners going over there, I won't have to worry about literally I won't have to worry about electrum anymore.
Waste tank caution.
Yep. Oh no, I left the thing over there. Well, that's fine. I'll have enough time. That is the most annoying thing about this drilling. When the waste tank compresses and your waste tank, or you know, the nitrous compresses and what little volatiles go in there, then all of a sudden it just goes, and then, yeah, it's a pain in the butt. All right. Okay, so let's turn. $529. Okay, let's turn this into reagents because I'm going to try to cook what I can. Okay. Do I have enough to make a Mark II? This is the perfect time for me to actually make Mark II portable gas tank. Iron, copper, steel, and silicon. Ugh. Okay, I don't have enough yet. That's fine. That's fine. That's fine. Okay, what's the temps? That's actually pretty good. Okay. Let's go ahead and cook one of you. Because I want to make that and start... I want to make that portable tank and start kind of feeding the proper ratios.
Filter low.
Okay, and I need some iron. Okay. Multitasking here. What's the, Still plenty of nitrous, that's good to know. So, to make a perfect fuel mix, it's 45 volatiles and 22 oxides. And so, because of that, watch, 45 volatiles, 22 oxides. But I can't really melt that unless it is inside, unless it is Martian night or inside a vacuumed out enclosure. And the reason for that is because I don't want any of this off gas to go away. So look, that 495 and 990. That's what I mean by that. It's a perfect fuel mix. So that's another 45. Oh crap. I'm not 80. And let's do one more 45. The last 22 right there. Now the reason why I'm trying to make this fuel mix right now is because I need to have essentially the fuel for the GFG. Can I do another 45 and 22? And I kind of want to have a good chunk of spare. Uh, see if that gets it to 22. There we go. All right, that's a decent chunk of fuel mix for the GFG. Okay. Now, let's go ahead and make the silicon. Don't need this open right now. Okay. Iron, iron. Some copper. And then finally some gold. Now, the hardest thing that I am going to have, and that is going to be getting just enough volatiles for the sterling. So I gotta make another canister. And make another yeah, basically make yet another. Let's just get my gas over here. Alright, there we go. That way the small one is gas and the other one is ore. And I'm thinking that I might tie this output for the furnace back over there towards the Sterlings, because then at least the Sterling can get a little bit extra power from this. That might be doable. That might be worth it. Maybe. I haven't really quite theory crafted that yet, to be honest. There we go. More electrum. Oh, good. That storm is going to be great. Okay. So I need some electronic parts, which is going to need some copper, which is what I got right here. Actually, thinking about it, canister. If
Airtight critical. Low pressure. Oxygen low. Filter low.
I think if I let this get down to a certain point, then I could just use that for my... maybe that's just too much. Okay, let's get some heavy cables out. I want to go on ahead and connect that. Alright, so that's the Sterling. So I just need to put about 70 moles of gas in that one. And that should take care of... Oh, I see my waste tank is going to do its thing again. This is kind of like a tricky thing. Let's see. Hangar doors. Need some gold. gonna need probably 2 of them. I think 2 of them will be fine. They cost so much steel. Okay, while that's printing, let's just go drink some water. Get that over with.
Hydration critical.
Like I said, drink some water. Get that over with. Oh, there's... I forget. I keep turning this off. Eat my potato. Swap. Swap. Okay. Alright. That essentially means that I will never run out of food right there. You are going to get filled with some extra volatiles because I'm going to put volatiles in the thing. Okay. Well... yeah. So when this gets to about maybe 2 kPa is when I'm going to... empty it? Oh, I probably built way too many hangar doors. Darn it. Oh, no, 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 no. There we go. That should stop it. I don't want to build too many. If there's 3, that's fine. Yeah, that's fine. So what this hangar door is going to be, it's going to be at the very top up here. Yeah, like this. It's gonna be like that. That's kind of ugly, so we're just gonna put that right there so that it can not look as bad. And I need to put frames here so that I can have a walkway. Okay. So the output for here needs to go in here. And then this is just going to probably go out and then just expel for the time being. I think what I want to do is have kind of like an atmospherics right here where I'm at. What's my time looking like? I need to call it right here. Yeah, next time will be all about getting the Sterling set up. Because I need to work on that. The perfect thing about this is I'm gonna recharge my batteries. So the good news is that I don't have to worry about the fact that I will actually run out of power. I have enough station battery and wind turbine power to support my grow lights. And even though this is gonna annoy the stew out of me that it's not accurate, at least I'm confident in the fact that it's working well enough. That's still. So I'm gonna have a storm. I'm gonna wait for this to hit about 2 megapascals probably. No, maybe 3. When it hits 3 megapascals, I'm gonna swap in C because I want to get about 70 moles in here. I'm gonna need insulated pipings. I'm gonna need a tank connector with a pressure regulator that can be controlled by data logic. And I'm gonna run this data line out here. what I am going to do is... Okay, what I am going to do is actually have this up here and this data connect over here. I'm going to completely remove this, stick it over here, and have it connect to the door over there. That way it's a separate system. That way I can have the power for here be that thing, and this will be strictly for the furnace. That way it's just a separate article. So I got quite a lot of remodeling to do. Let's just... Yeah, I got a lot of remodeling to do in this space. I gotta finish welding that, finish welding that. I need a cable connect this to this battery. I need to go on ahead and have the IC10. Oh, actually no, because if I do put this right here, I can then put a heavy IC10 and connect it to this heavy cable line, and that'll get the batteries. That will get that up top. Yeah, perfect. This is inside, so it's not going to get damaged by a storm, which is perfect. I'm going to go ahead and single weld these so that I can walk on them. There we go. And then this one needs a double weld. Perfect. All right, so I'm basically coming along really well with this now. There we go. Now it's just a matter of piping all of this up and getting it ready. Yeah. Very good stopping point. I don't have a config cartridge. I thought I did. Alright guys, so when we return, we are going to finish setting up the GFG. We're going to finish setting up the GFG, try to get the controls, and see just how well it actually functions as far as trying to keep it cool. So that's going to be the main part next time. And it'll kind of work well because we'll have power. All right. Thank you for your time, and have a good night. Goodbye-bye.